Hi everybody, welcome to Index Card a Day 2017 with Creative Katie. That's me, Karen Burchell. This is card 15. The prompt was Starburst and my quote, radiate positive vibes. Any special supplies? The links can be found in the description box. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button or switch your notifications to be notified of any upcoming video. That way you'll be sure not to miss any. So I found with Starburst, I wanted to do a night scene, and I found this jelly print. And it's dark and rich with blues and purples and a bit of shimmer in it. And it's just all sorts of lovely that you can't get any other way other than a jelly print. So I just adhered it using Mod Podge, and I have a quick easy border. Then I went about the business of pulling out anything that I had that was star related that may fit the prompt. I wanted to do something a little special with the Starburst, not the regular Starburst. So I could use modeling paste through this stencil, this cut stencil from my friend Yvonne. And then I had these star masks from a cut file on my silhouette. I thought, okay, you can kind of have that swirl, curly Q kind of thing, just for a little something different. Then I had another one that was a little slightly different. So I'm just auditioning all the various things and thinking, where do I want to go with this exactly? So I decided to go with this starburst pattern, this repeating border. And I'm just kind of figuring out exactly what I want to do. So, enough trying things on, time to cut things off and, work on getting an exact piece for my focal point. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, that's a little bit too plain. And because it's this ICAD and it's like 3 by 5.5, it's a little difficult to fit something in for that full, if you want that burst or those swirls after the star. So I'm just kind of manipulating the die cut and just kind of reshaping it to be able to fit the card. And I apologize that this is so low down. I obviously need to readjust my my camera setup. So of course I want to paint this gold. After all, it's starbursts and I'm painting with gold. Now whenever I use the gold, I find that the gold needs at least 2 coats for it to be covered well enough. And as I finish this off and dry it, I'm just kind of thinking ahead, and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to try something else. I'm going to add a few more swirls. And just pressing saran wrap into it just to make a little bit more texture. It's a quick, easy technique that you can do and use anywhere for any part of an art journal or canvas spread. So I decided, oh, okay, I'm going to use and make some more of these swirls. Actually, in retrospect, I'm kind of looking at that one and I really like it. But that's not what I picked. So as you can see, a lot of time is spent just fussy placing and just trying to decide exactly what I want to happen here. It occurs to me right now that I could have just turned this and made this a horizontal card and centered the star in the middle and had the swirls on each side. Never occurred to me before right now. So I'm just kind of positioning them in place and just starting to glue one down and then the next down. It's a little finicky work here. And I do admit right about now I was thinking to myself, gee, I could have almost painted these swirls on and they would have been just right and it would have been a lot less work. So if you don't have a die cut machine, you can paint them on. If you don't have jelly prints, you can just get out paper, get out a brayer if you have a brayer, or paintbrush, or sponges, and just add color. Take different colors and mix different combinations, and then you'll have them at the ready when you're doing your next ICAD. It's a lot of fun to just be free and not really think about anything specific, just mixing colors and textures and design with no definite plan. I take my jelly prints and colored papers and I sort them in a file folder that I have for each color. And so, when I was looking for something blue, I just grabbed out the blue file and I flipped through and there were a few options and then I picked the one that I liked the best. If you're doing the ICADs, what does your studio look like? Mine looks like a bomb was set off. I've got things everywhere. It's definitely time to close the door. It's right off the main room, and it's definitely time. So I made a promise to myself when I'm doing these ICADs. When the week's prompts are on, I go on Pinterest and I get quote ideas, and I type things up and I print them off. And then when I'm actually doing the ICADs, I can only use what I've already have printed. I'm not going to take time right in the middle of an ICAD to print something off. And actually this saying, Radiate Positive Vibes, was one that I had pre-selected for the sunshine or sunrise prompt earlier on, and I never used it because I had several options, and so it was ready in the stash. So I have several plastic containers full of all sorts of quotes and sayings and phrases. I even have some on sticker paper. So they're just like the Tim Holtz Chit Chat stickers, but they're personalized because they're mine. Edging it in the black, and that's just making it pop, and then adding a little bit of gold. And doing the two colors is a trick of mine, and they work so well together. So it looks not bad at this point in time, and I could have been done. And then I was going to do some shading with the Stabilo, And then I decided, no, I'm going to do floating with my angle brush. Now, floating is an acrylic paint technique that you apply a little bit of paint on the tip and getting the water right, and you just run it where you want to have shading. I'll put a link to the video where I instruct the step-by-step on how to do that. You can use a flat brush, you know, and if you can't, if you don't have the skill, because this takes some practice. I used to do this a lot in my folk art days, so I feel very comfortable doing it. And I pick it, you know, I'm finding I'm using it more and more instead of the Stabilo. And one of the reasons for that is the acrylic paint is permanent. So if I do something afterwards, I'm not going to mess it up. And if I make a mistake, if you're quick with a baby wipe, you can erase it and start over. So this is just darkening the background and putting a lot of shade and really making the starburst pop. So this whole card took around the 30-minute mark. I've sped it up to 2.5 times in total. If you're doing the ICADs or other prompts and or just pages and canvases, please come join my Facebook group, All Things Mixed Media, Creative Katie, and share what you're doing. I want to develop a community there where people share the journey that they're in and support each other and develop creationships. And I'm quite proud to say that, you know, it's remained drama-free and very supportive. And since I have a little extra gold paint, I'm just going to reapply it. I only put one coat, and I lost some of the shine when I use the matte medium. Anytime you use matte medium on something that has shine, you are going to dull it. And I want the starburst to stand out. I want it to shine. I think next time what I would have done here is glued it on white and then painted it once it's already adhered. It probably would have been a little easier to get done and it wouldn't have dulled the shine. Still leftover gold. I'm going to use the fan brush and do some splatters. Thank you for watching. Here's some close-ups of the finished card. And I'll see you for the next index card. Bye for now.